Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Since so many have questions about Cindy when she was a baby, I thought there's nobody else better to ask than my mother, Barista, who was there when Cindy was a baby, so you guys can get to know Cindy better in her younger years. We joined here with Cindy. She's very sleepy, so yeah, let's get going. So tell me the first moment, what went through your mind when the neighbors asked if you want to take care of a baby baboon?
I wasn't thinking what a big job it would be. You just take in an orphan animal, if you don't take her in, she might be put out or something. I don't know what would happen to her then. So when they asked me and I saw this little pretty face, she's so human-like, and I just said, okay, let me do it, let me try it. I was actually just married. A few weeks on the farm, it was like a honeymoon baby for us.
And did you love her instantly?
Instantly.
I can imagine. They are so cute when they're so small. And that first day you brought it to the farm, what was that like?
I just came home and I said to the people, okay, I'll take her. Got home, I said to my husband,
You got a new baby.
you have a baby now. And he's like, okay. So we were not prepared at all to have Cindy in our lives. The first day I had to make a nappy for her. I had nothing like that, and we actually never bought nappies, the disposable ones. It was too expensive for us. So I took these kitchen cloths and I made a hole in it, put it over her tail, just tied it up.
So you had to wash it.
Oh, I had to.
Then I'm glad I wasn't there.
Yeah, that was a bad part of it.
Yeah.
And luckily the people gave us a bottle. So I gave her milk, just normal milk. And by the time I think she was a few weeks old, we have no idea how old she was then, but she would eat anything. She was very scared. She had some blisters on her feet. I asked the people where did they find her, and apparently she was tied up on a tree, and my neighbor just took her because she was very badly neglected and scared.
But the workers tied her up on the
I
tree.
think it was some workers. What happened to the mom, I have no idea, but she was an orphan then, and so somebody had to take care of her.
And what was it like looking after Cindy? Because she had to go everywhere with you because in nature the babies would cling onto you. And what was their reactions when they saw you?
Yeah, that was quite difficult. I think it was 3 months that she was constantly clinging to me. Most of the time she was sitting on my hip. Other times she would sit on my shoulder with her hands around my head or on my foot. She would not leave me. It was quite exhausting, especially at night also, because she didn't sleep well and I also didn't sleep. So when the twins came, I was ready. Sleepless nights was nothing.
Was she a more difficult child than me? Or?
Yes, much less than.
That's good to know. What was some of the most naughtiest things she have done in that first few years?
She would steal all the fruit, just eat stuff. She would break stuff. She will swing on the curtains, jump everywhere, and pull people's hair. I think there's numerous people of our friends that can agree with that. She will pull their hair if she gets angry or if she wants the food and they don't want to give it to her.
I think there's a lot of our friends that have different stories about being traumatized by Cindy in one or another way.
I think you were a bit scared of her, huh?
I was. Even up till today, when she just makes something like this, it's a bit of a fright.
Yeah.
So I guess it's that big sister, small brother type of relationship.
Yeah. Two of you have teased her so much.
We used to tease her in this open lake in front of the house. There's this clay balls of the mud when it dries. And we would throw Cindy with that, and she would get so angry, and she would chase us and tackle us like rugby players, and then she would discipline us, like bite us, and
the
we
biting quickly ended up in grooming.
Yeah, because we would cry, and she would look you in the eyes and see the tears rolling, and then she would feel bad.
I remember you would like say, "Mama, she tackled me," and I would say, "Just lie quiet. You looked for this."
We had to learn the hard way.
I remember one time she broke something and Dad said, "Oh no, I think she must go to one side."
She broke his Ray-Bans, the glasses.
Then she broke the Ray-Bans, and then he said, "That's enough." I said, "Oh please." He said, "The two of you have one more chance." And I'm crying, and he said, "Okay, let's see how it goes." So then he got a few chances.
So in the nature, when baboons are stressed, they don't have any control over their bowels. So I guess when she was that naughty and you had to talk loudly to her, she didn't have any control.
She got very scared when she realized quickly when she's doing something wrong, and then she's want to hide from us. One time she ran into the sitting room, and I know she's there searching for her. There's no sound, no movement, and then behind the curtains the toes were sticking out.
And there was poop everywhere.
Yeah, that time there was poop everywhere.
I'm glad I wasn't there. And was there ever a point in time when you thought you had enough, you don't think you can take any care of Cindy anymore?
No, not me. Dad thought so.
Yeah, I thought
One time
even.
he put her in the car and he drove away to other group of baboons and he dropped her there to see if she will go to them, if they will take her in. And he drove off a bit and she just ran after the car and he couldn't leave her. He felt too sorry and she was on his shoulder. They came back to the house. But for me, there was never an option.
And
You feel like it, but no, I would never have.
you
abandoned
just
her.
push through it. It's
Yeah.
like when you have a naughty teenage child,
Yeah,
you
it's a
won't just
child.
give them away.
Yeah.
What would you say is one of your most favorable memories throughout the years? Stuff that Cindy have done or time that you spent together?
Every day of my life, almost every day, since she was a baby, I took her out. I never wanted her to grow up like a pet in the house. I wanted her to be free in nature. So she grew up outside. And then I walked with her. Every day we went for long walks. Even if we went on holidays, it was bad for me. I always worried about her, but I felt like I had to take her out. She had to climb in the trees and eat natural gum in the trees, insects and stuff like that. So those times were actually very special.
To see her go in nature and
Yeah. And then she would come and sit and she would pay so much attention and the affection of grooming you. I think that's a very
that's
special
probably
thing.
my most favorable part is the grooming. She used to search for insects on my body as if I have insects. She would search like this and she would make her mouth like, the lip smacking is like a sound of enjoyment,
yeah.
excitement. And then I would look like her now, I would be sleeping and it's so nice. It's like almost like being in a spa. But since she's blind, she've never groomed us again.
Yeah.
So
In nature, that's also a thing. The younger ones groom the older ones. So now that Cindy's old, she expects us to groom her. There was a time when she groomed everybody. Huh? She did that. But then I always paid back to her because that's a mutual socializing of baboons. So then you would go like this. And you have to make the mouth. And then sometimes I would pretend that I found a tick and I would pull it a bit.
you
and
just pull
she
her
go-
out.
Yeah. But then she would look
Wakey,
at me.
wakey.
She looked at me like that, very expecting something that I got to eat, and I'm pretending that I'm eating a tick. She loved the mutual grooming.
So is there any traits of Cindy that you could see, was there all her life since baby until the age of a granny right now?
Yeah, well, I think she's very family orientated because they are group animals. They need a family. She's very loyal. She will always come up for her people. Like one time, one of the workers handed me a key quickly and she grabbed him because she thought he was attacking me. So she will protect us. I know that.
And then around food, she's always
Yeah, she
eager.
protected
Have
food then.
always been, yeah.
But there's other animals also, she will protect them from everything. She's very fond of babies, so she knows she has to protect them, they are vulnerable. So she's loyal and she's lovable. That haven't changed.
So would you recommend anybody taking care of a baboon if they had the opportunity to have a baby baboon?
There was through the years a couple of times when people gave us a baby baboon. And like you said, in the first moment you feel that's such a special little thing and it's so cute and pretty and a real baby, like a human. But we've sent them to the sanctuaries. I was not ready to raise another one with her. And I still think it's not a good idea. I won't advise people to do that. I had no choice. But
It's just so much work.
it is. And if you don't pay them enough attention, every day I made a point of doing something with Cindy and special something and walk with her. And you need a lot of time for them. If you don't give them that, they will be a problem. And they are problem
I guess they
animals.
want to be feel loved all
Yeah,
the time and
yeah.
attention.
Because people don't like baboons. Around here, the farmers will shoot them. They are very destructive, naughty, and people don't like them much.
They're like a pest actually in the country.
Yeah.
So not many people like baboons. But Cindy is having a very good life with us.
You never know what you get. You might get a baboon that's really a big problem. And I never wanted to have an animal like this and she must sit in a cage or she cannot be free and she's too dangerous to be with other people. I think then they become aggressive. Any wild animal that's cornered is not happy.
if somebody would have asked why all our animals that we take care are so used to people and so well behaved, I think it's because we give so much love to them and attention. So they feel like they belong here, they feel loved. And I think that's a big part that plays a big role. So I see Cindy as my sister. How do you see her?
As your sister.
As your child as well.
My only girl.
The daughter you always wanted.
My daughter and then my 2 boys, and that was more than enough. I couldn't handle more, I think. She's very special.
So that's all for this video. Cindy is very sleepy. It's almost time for a midday sleep. So I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned a lot about Cindy's younger years, that my mother just gave us more information. If you did like this video, please give me a thumbs up and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.
Bye.